morning Celtic fans. In today's Celtic FC morning news, Celtic striker shares his joy. Celtic may need to swoop for at least one centre-back this summer. And Bodo Glimt players can't stop talking about crazy Celtic Park. After starting 3 matches without scoring, Giorgos Giakoumakis was back among the goals against Raith Rovers. With Daizen Maeda warming up for an appearance off the bench, the Greek striker showed perfect timing and composure to score from Hotta's pass with little margin for error as Raith keeper Jamie McDonald raced to cut down the angles. Straight after scoring, Giakoumakis was substituted, but the final touch against Raith will have done wonders for his confidence. The first half of the season was virtually a write-off for the former VVV Venlo striker, who missed a penalty in between 2 lengthy injury layoffs. With no sign of Kyogo Furuhashi returning from injury, the Celtic manager has the contrasting options of Giakoumakis and Maeda to lead the line. Both men added to their stats against Raith, giving their manager an interesting dilemma as he prepares his side to face Bodo Glimt tomorrow night. It's clear that the prospect of heading out into the Celtic Park cauldron this week has the Bodo Glimt players extremely excited. Indeed, the Hoops will face off against the Norwegian champions in the UEFA Europa Conference League last 32 this week. The first leg will take place at Parkhead before the return game at the Astmyra Stadium. The first leg is sure to be something of a culture shock for the Glimt stars. Their own home ground can only house just over 5,500 supporters. So when they step out into the 60,000 plus Celtic Park, it's likely going to be a major moment for them. Their stars have been consistently talking about the atmosphere inside Parkhead, with the latest being new signing Rune Espejord, who said the following: "I have heard a lot about the atmosphere at Celtic Park and I've heard they are crazy, so I am looking forward to it. I love a good atmosphere and it inspires me. You don't get it too often, so you have to enjoy it. It's an insanely stylish match to start the year with all the glitter around it. I'm really looking forward to it. Not many people get to experience these types of matches." Bodo Glimt captain Ulrik Saltnes big up the potential atmosphere in Glasgow tomorrow night too. He outlined his hope for a capacity crowd as he lauded the fantastic Celtic support. "It's still an atmosphere that could very well intimidate them. Granted, they were hardly fearful when they took a 2-2 draw from the Stadio Olimpico earlier this season. It's going to be an intriguing contest for sure, but everything still points to Celtic coming out on top." On the face of it, Celtic look to be well set when it comes to the centre-back area of the squad. The Hoops have Christopher Jullien, Carl Starfelt, Cameron Carter-Vickers and Stephen Welsh available for selection in that area. However, the future of at least 2 of the players at Celtic could be in doubt. The most pressing concern is that of Carter-Vickers. The centre-back's loan deal at the Hoops expires at the end of the season, and unless a deal can be agreed, he will be returning to Tottenham. That is something that the Hoops will not want to happen, as the American has been excellent for Celtic, and you can bet that teams in England will be interested in signing Carter-Vickers if a deal cannot be agreed. The other uncertain future could be Christopher Jullien's. He has only just returned to the Hoops first team, coming on as a second-half substitute against Raith after being out of action for over a year. That is most welcome news for the Hoops and the player. However, as Jullien's contract expires next year, Celtic might well want the player to prove his fitness in a run of games before he gets a new deal at Celtic Park. So there could be considered doubts about the futures of both Carter-Vickers and Jullien at the club. Hopefully both players are at Celtic for a while yet, but just in case there are doubts about either player's future, the Hoops should perhaps thinking about signing at least one centre-back in the summer transfer window. Carl Starfelt and Stephen Welsh look to be at Celtic for a good while yet, and you can also play Nee Bitten at centre-back, although he is better as a midfielder. If Celtic do need to sign at least one new centre-back in the summer, then the fans should be confident that the player that arrives at the club will become a success, as the players that have been signed since Big Love Boksanji arrived at Celtic have done well for the most part, and that includes the defenders, as Starfelt and Carter-Vickers have established a good centre-back partnership. So tell me what you think the score will be tomorrow night. I will go for 3-0 Celtic. And on that note, have a great day, Celtic fans.
lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party. Roll up to the party, roll up to